Shalom, Alaikum. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. I'd like to give the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word on true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to get into a lesson on how pretty much there will be new occupants in the house of bondage, which is really all these nations starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Slavery is not a thing of the past. That has always been the case concerning, rulerships, because you're going to have rulers and you're going to also have subjects. And right now, Esau, the so-called white man, is the ruler. So by default, Jacob is the subject, is in subjection, which is the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Natives, man. But it's going to get a point in time where everything is going to go back to its rightful lot. Because ultimately this man was, it was prophesied that he was going to, matter of fact, let's just get it. Jacob was going to be the Lord of Esau. Let's see, this is Genesis 27. In verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord. See? And as you can see, concerning the authority of Isaac, he had the jurisdiction to give out these blessings, which this not affecting a certain part of the region of the earth. This is actually concerning the whole planet Earth, man. And that lets you know this is our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Isaac got the jurisdiction, the authority to make Jacob Esau's Lord. It's in all his brethren have I given him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? See, so as you can see, that's part of the blessing of Jacob, pretty much being lords over Esau, man. In the world to come, that's going to take effect. And we saying, the steps is leaning towards, because ultimately, this man, his downfall will be cemented by the way of World War III. So matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Because after World War III, once this man is abased, he's not just going to fall, concerning, the ranking system. You got Jacob number 1, then Esau number 2, Moab number 3. No, man. This man is going to fall to the very bottom. It tells you he's going to fall under our feet. Let's get that. The book of 2 Samuel 2. It's like the book of 2 Samuel 22. And I start at verse 38. It says, I have pursued my enemies and destroyed them. See? And that's happening in the spirit by the way of these different camps. These videos. Esau is being searched out and being destroyed, being consumed with the spirit of the mouth of the Lord. It says, and turn not again until I have consumed him. And that's why it tells you, give him no rest. You're not turning back. You see this nigga retreating, now you going back to the camp. No, you finna hawk this man down and it says the spare 9. But that's what we doing in the spirit. We constantly doing videos on this man, constantly pointing out his atrocities, those offenses that he brought forth. It says, and I have consumed them and wounded them. See? And guess what? It's going to get to the point the Lord is going to wound this man, which it starts by the way of his word. But that deadly blow is ultimately going to come by the way of World War III. This man's not going to be able to bounce back from that. It says that they could not arise. See? It says, they are fallen under my feet. See, so that's going to be the results ultimately. You know, after this destruction take place, this man is not, like I said, it's not going to fall to rank 2 or rank 3. He's going to be the bottom of the bottom, and in that, he's going to actually fall under our feet. You know, like the elder brother Al-Ram always bring out that the tale of two sides of the coin. If it lands on heads, by default, tails is on the bottom, and vice versa. And that's the same thing with Jacob and Esau. That's why you read Lazarus and the rich man. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's just get it. Just a quick point. Because only reason why the rich man was living sumptuously because of Lazarus' downfall. And likewise, Lazarus will receive the good things by the way of the downfall of the rich man. Jacob and Esau. Different names, but it's the same story, man. You know, so this is the book of St. Luke 16, and the whole chapter bad because it really sums up this story between the two. But I'll just get to the point, verse 25. St. Luke 16, verse 25. It says, "But Abraham said, son," and this is concerning the parable. You know, the rich man crying to Abraham to have Lazarus to pretty much relieve him. You know, get him a form of relief because he's catching all this hell. You know, it says, "But Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things." So when he was in power, he received good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. So that's the only way this man will receive good things. This is the only way this man will be able to prosper if we are on the tail end of it. If we are the one that's, dealing with the troubles. It says, "But now he is comforted and thou art tormented." See, it can't be at the same time. Somebody got to suffer. Somebody got to be comforted. Like I said, it all go back to rulership. You got rulers and you have subjects. And that's going to always be the case. Our Lord Yahweh Shai said that the poor will always be among you. You know? And that's concerning, dealing with the transfer of power. Somebody going to lose that power. Somebody ain't going to have power, and somebody will. You know? In the time to come, who's going to be the poor in the world to come? The Edomites. Because ultimately, these niggas ain't going to even have a land. I'm talking about poor. Which we are the poor now. You know, but just going back, the roles will be reversed. So, let's, Salakia. Let's get this in the book of, what's that, Isaiah the 14th chapter, matter of fact, yeah, let's Isaiah chapter 14. In verse 2, it says, I started 1, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel." See? "And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob." And we seeing that process now, us coming back, cleaving unto Yahweh by Shema Shai. This truth, man. This is how the Lord is gathering us, man. This is how we cleave into the house of Jacob, by the cleaving on to this truth. It says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place." See? Meaning what? Our enemies, we're going to bring them to their place. See, when the smoke clear and the dust settle, everybody going to be in their respectful lot, man. Israel being on top, and Edom being on the bottom, man. He's going to be brought to his place. It says, "And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." See, so as you can see, as we was taking captives, this man is going to be taken captive. And it said we're going to rule over our oppressors. See, because we was oppressed by the oppressor. Now we're going to be the oppressor. We're going to rule over these guys. Or it tells you the sons that have afflicted us shall come bending unto us, man. So slavery that's not like I said, that's just a moment in time. That's just something that just happened, just a period. No, man. This has always been the case concerning rulership. Something as subtle as you paying taxes proves that you are the subject. An alarm clock. You gotta set a certain time that you gotta wake up. That's a subtle way of showing that we are the oppressed, that we are in subjection. But the roles will be reversed, you know. Now this man is going to suffer those things. Matter of fact, let's go. Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? I think it's Isaiah 30, I believe. No, I think it's 33. Bear with me. Jeremiah 30. Slack. It's Jeremiah 30. Because, how this man was able to benefit off our downfall. These other nations as well to benefit all our downfall. We're going to benefit off his downfall. So this is the book of Isaiah 30. I mean, it's like Jeremiah 30. In verse 16, it said, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. See? And when you devour something, such as an apple, for an example, you ain't just eating the apple because it tastes good. You eating the apple to get the nutrients from devouring the apple. You getting the benefits from devouring the apple, the different vitamins. So when, starting with Esau, Edom devouring us, they got all this free labor. That's why one of the reasons why America became a great power so fast. Any nation that had the nation of Israel in subjection, they prospered, man, because they was reaping the benefits from having us in subjection. It says, "In all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity." See, this is a biblical prophecy, man. This is biblical prophecy. It says they shall. That should let you know it's future tense. They're going into captivity, slavery. That's and we seeing the steps too. Like I said, once World War III is going to ultimately submit this man his downfall, that he's not going to be able to rise, and his place is going to be under our feet, just like how Lazarus laid at the gates. Oh, it tells you that we was that in Isaiah? We the enemy said, "Lay down that we may go over." See, over. As we was abased, they was exhausted by standing on us. Well, guess what? Like I said, the roles will be reversed. It says, "And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." So this is coming back, man. It's not like Yahweh Shema Shaf got this, what this man have done. That bygone, let bygone be bygone spirit. No, man. Tells you is the false balance is an abomination to Yahweh Shema Shah. So the best way to compensate, to make things even, so to speak, this nigga got to suffer the same things, as well as these other nations. But Esau Edom is the one that's going to spearhead slavery. This nigga is going to be the standard of a slave. Starting with these elites, because Joe Sixpack, they just two-time losers. Talking about concerning the rich man himself, these elites, the ones that actually calling the shots, so to speak, just pulling the strings, the one that's setting forth the laws and legislations, setting forth the trends. They're the one that's going to be they're going to spearhead this. And like I said, they're going to be the standard of a slave. But this is coming back in a major way, man. You know? So, Salakia. Let's get this in the book of Revelation. And there's no other way you can flip and bounce this. I dare you. Ain't no way you can say this means something else. Revelation 13:9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. So, you got the understanding. Take heed to this. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. See? And who led us in captivity? Who was the face of the transatlantic slave trade? The one that the traders. But you had Esau, you had Ham, Ishmael. But who funded it? Those bankers. He led us into captivity. Why? Because he funded it. He the one that got the ball rolling. He funded the ships. He funded the captors. Those Hamites to point us out, and you know what I mean. So that's why they're gonna be the first fruits of slaves. That's why the Lord tells you the Lord's gonna preserve them alive, because they got, it's gonna be in the kingdom come. It's not like it's gonna be a slow day in the kingdom when we ain't gonna have no work for you. You're gonna be able to get out early. No, man, the jobs already lined up. First thing these niggas gonna do is bury bodies, man. And you can read that in the book of Ezekiel 39, I believe, 38 or 39. So you're gonna go into captivity. It says, and he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And you can say that's anybody, because that do apply to any and everybody. If you living by the sword, that's what you lean upon, you're gonna die by it as well. But on a bigger scale, who was blessed with it though? Whose blessing was the sword? The Edomites. So that's why I say it's mandatory. He must be killed with the sword, which is gonna be those missiles. You know what I mean? It says, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. See? So slavery is coming back in a major way. And it's gonna start out by the way of these elites, these heads, from these bankers, these Edomite bankers, to even the elites of the Moabites, the elites of the Hamites. All of them are going into slavery, because all of them had a part in that downfall, and a lot of them still benefit to this day, man. So how fitting would it be that they, suffer those consequences? That's the fruit of their labors. You put so much time in keeping us in subjection. Now the results is what? You in subjection. So matter of fact, I know I'm going to end it off on that, but I'm going to wrap it up. This is the last precept, Psalm 149. And I started verse 5. It says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. See, and this is going to take place in the kingdom, because the key word is bed. That's when we're going to be at rest. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. See? So, because guess what? In that time, we're going to have given the power to execute judgment. It's starting now. We judging, matters now. Until we judge the smallest matters. We judging now, but in that time, we're going to be able to execute the judgment. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. See, vengeance, punishments for what they have done. What have the heathen done? Put us in slavery. Devoured us, benefited from our downfall. Even up to this day, you got an Ishmaelite on the corner store, selling you black and mild. You got Moab selling you, Sesame Fried Cat. These devils and these other nations, man, are all the way up to this day is doing things to contribute to our derision, man. To keep their head above water, because they understand if they ain't on if they ain't on top, if Israel at the bottom, they're gonna be on top. That's why I said this is you read that in the book of Lamentations, this is the day we look for. They was waiting on Israel to slip. You dealing with you read the book of Judith, the 5th chapter of Achior was breaking down to the king that, hey man, if they going off, get them. But if there is no iniquity found within that nation, which is concerning the elect, don't touch them, because the Lord gonna deal with you, man. And this is the time where the Lord Yahweh Shema is gonna deal with these nations, man. It says to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. See? So that's the results. And what chains and iron? Come on, man. That's slavery. You're being bound. You're being subjected now. It said to execute upon them the judgment written. See? Which was what? That we're going to be the rulers. And the heathen will be subject unto us. That was the blessing of our Lord Yahushua. His inheritance was the heathen. And we read Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the joint heirs of Yahushua. It's going to be given the same thing, the heathen. It said, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Shema. See, so this is an honor, a privilege to be a part of this. And this is how you cement being rulers, man. You get the top guys. Then everybody else going to follow suit. Once you get the head, once you get the neck, then the body going to follow. Tells you that going back to 2 Samuel, the 22nd chapter, it said the Lord has given me the necks of my enemies. So yeah, I just hope that we edify and let it give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach his word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA or Bible Ball. Soon. Very soon.